In 16b, part 1 says Mrs. Ng's solution to the system is 4, 2. Check her solution. So we're going to substitute in 4 for x and 2 for our y. 4 plus 2 is 6. We get 6 equals 6. So it works in the first equation, but we also have to check out our second equation. Here we're going to get negative 4 plus 2 equals negative 2. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2, so we get negative 2 equals negative 2. So it says explain why Mrs. Ng's solution is correct or incorrect. Mrs. Ng's solution 4, 2 is correct because when the point is substituted in each equation, it produces true statements. (17a) and b. Part A says, Emily says the following systems of equations has 2 solutions. Explain why Emily is correct or incorrect. Remember that your solutions are where the 2 functions intersect in a graph. There are 2 points of intersection, therefore Emily is correct. So I'm going to say Emily is correct because the functions intersect at 2 points. Part B. Nicole says the solution has infinitely many solutions. Explain why Nicole is correct or incorrect. These never intersect. They never touch. Therefore, it's not infinitely many solutions. It is no solution. So Nicole is incorrect because the functions never intersect. Therefore, there is no solution. 18a says explain one way to start solving the following system of equations using elimination. Remember for these, before I do 18a and 18b, there are multiple answers that you can give. Okay, what I would do possibly here is that I would take a look here because these are already opposite signs. Remember, in order to use elimination, we need the same coefficient in front of the same variable, but opposite signs. We already have opposite signs, and I know that if I multiply this equation by 4, I would end up with a negative 12x. This is a positive 12x. When we add, we would cancel the x's. So one way to start solving the system by elimination is to multiply the top equation by 4. Part B. Part B says, explain one way to start solving the following systems of equations using substitution. So we have y already by itself. So it looks like we're going to take negative 3x plus 11 and substitute it into y in the first equation listed. So one way to start solving the system by substitution is to replace the y in the top equation with negative 3x plus 11. 19a says solve the system of equations using elimination. Multiple ways here in which we could do this. I noticed that with my x's, I have opposite signs already. I can make this a 6x and this a negative 6x by multiplying the bottom equation by negative 2. I also recognize that I have a negative y and a positive y here. I can make this a negative 2 by multiplying this first equation by negative 2. So I get 12x minus 2y equals 54. That second equation stays the same. Now we can go ahead and add, because these two are the same number, opposite sign. So we have 12x minus 3x, which is 9x, equals 54 plus a negative 18 is 36. We divide both sides by 36. We get x equals 4. Now I can take this 4 and I can substitute into either one of the equations. I'll just use the top one. So we said that x equals 4. So we get 24 minus y equals 27. Subtract 24 from both sides. We have negative y equals 3. Divide both sides by negative 1. We get y equals negative 3.